Hey everybody, I'm Chrissy Jordan with SouthernPlate.com, and this video is part of my vlog Every Day in May challenge put on by my friend Connie at Cosmopolitan Cornbread. I'm very behind. I looked at my list. I traveled all last week. I traveled, then I came home late Thursday night, and we left early Friday morning to go to Georgia to visit my husband's family. And we just got back. Yesterday was my first work day back, and I had a lot of things that I had to get done. So I'm sitting down today, and I'm going to try to get a bunch done. I am here to here. I'm 10 days behind. So let's just see what we can get done today. You know, I was using the original piece of paper. Well, this is what it looks like now. It's been outside all this time. That's from, actually, I set some honey on it, and, you know, anyway. Okay, so let's get started today. Number 18, day 18. What is your favorite day of the week? I'm going to try to be kind of brief. My favorite day of the week is Monday, because Monday is a brand new day. You have a whole new week, and it's filled with possibilities, and, you know, you just got a chance. You're starting fresh. I look at every day like you're starting fresh. I try to. So Monday, I love Mondays. I'm energized, I'm jazzed, I'm ready to go on Mondays. The next one is, what is the last thing you bought and regretted? And I've tried to think about this. I can't really think about I can't really come up with anything that I've bought and regretted. No, I just can't think of anything. I try to think stuff through. I really try to buy useful things, especially now. I don't know, I'm just trying to I try to buy things that help my family to be more self-sustaining. So I've made a lot of unusual purchases. Today I'm going to ask y'all on Facebook later this afternoon for recommendations on sleeping bags, because I realized, oh, we don't have any sleeping bags. We always borrow sleeping bags. And of course, I'm thinking to fall and winter, but now's the time that I want to buy them. And I'm also wanting to buy some wool blankets, because my family doesn't have those. And I have like 7 wool blankets in my Amazon cart right now, because I can't decide which one I want. I'm not buying them. I'm not buying 7 blankets. But I just add stuff to the cart as I'm looking at it. So if y'all have any wool blanket recommendations, let me know about that too. You know, there's just little things I think, well, we should have this. This would be nice to have. We might need this someday, that kind of stuff. And, you know, it's things that you can always use. Yeah, I'm just rambling on that one. So I got nothing. I can't think of anything that I bought and regretted. No, I can't. So, okay, that's good. If you could learn any skill, what would it be? Well, you know, that's something I do, is I'm always trying to learn new skills, and I'm teaching myself new things. And that's something I really enjoy doing. And so I will decide, hey, I don't know how to do this. I'm going to learn, and then I'll dedicate the time to learn that. And once I get it down pat, I think, okay, what can I learn now? So I'm constantly learning new things. I just got a pressure canner, so I've been pressure canning and pressure cooking, and I've been really enjoying that. So now I have all these different ways to put up food that doesn't involve electricity, using electricity. You know, you can actually, the pressure canner I got, you can actually do it over a fire. And I have some friends, Zach and Jamie at American Homestead, who actually have a video of using this pressure canner on a fire. So yeah, I'm learning constantly new skills. I have a couple things on my list that I'm going to be working on this summer. And I've just, you know, I've got my chickens. This is a first. I just put them out to my chicken tractor today. So they're now living outside. They're very happy. At first they were like, whoa, we've got a lot of space. But now they're just kind of walking around in the chicken tractor down there, enjoying it. You would be surprised at all the things I have taught myself in the past couple of years. I don't, I mean, I don't talk about a lot of the stuff on Southern Plate, because our society can't handle it, basically. I've taught myself how to I'm trying to put this in a mild form. Okay, my great-grandmother, when she was going to have chicken for supper, she had to go in the yard, get the chicken, kill it, but, you know, do all that. And I think that's important to know how to do that. And I want to know how to do things like that. So I can now. I've been, you know, I know how to literally, I mean, like, really put supper on the table in a variety of different ways. We're not gonna, and I can do everything by myself. So that's just important to me. I taught myself a lot of things like that. Oh, Zoe. Anyway, I just have all kinds. I'm trying to learn the old ways. So yeah, but I don't talk about that on Southern Plate because people in our culture in America today have this need to feel that meat magically develops on styrofoam trays. And it's crazy because we have so many people who are just, they will just fight for all these animal rights and all this stuff. And how could you eat animals and all this and that. But then they're pro abortion. I won't go into that in detail. Y'all, do what you got to do. It's your life, your decisions to make. And I'm not talking about you. I'm using that in a general term. Okay, so anyway. If you could relive a day in your life again, which would it be and why? This one's rough. Any day with my granddaddy. So, we'll just go on. What is your first childhood memory? This is crazy. My first childhood memory was laying on concrete, looking up and seeing my family. I know that sounds weird, but we had a basement under our house, and you had to walk outside and around the back of the house, and you walk down this flight of stairs, and then there was a basement door. Wow. I think FedEx is here, dropping off a package on my front porch. We ordered those little quick set pools. Well, we ordered a bit bigger one this year. Yeah, because we're fancy like that. So we ordered one. It's still technically a quick set pool, but it doesn't have the inflatable ring around the top. It has like a steel framework going around it, and then it has the vinyl pool thing. Anyway, I think he's supposed to be delivered today, and it's pretty big, heavy. So we're going to try to put that up tonight. But anyway, so the steps, it's probably about maybe an 8-foot drop. And so up around the top, Daddy built a fence around the top. Well, we used to play on our Hot Wheels cars. We'd drive them around there and stuff. And my car, I couldn't reach it. And so I climbed over the fence and I was hanging on to it. And I fell. So I fell down into the bottom of the basement. And I landed with one of my legs under me or something. And I just remember laying there and looking up. And I heard Mama hollering and stuff. And then they got me, and then the next thing I remember, I was in the living room, and all the lights were on, and everybody was looking at my ankle. And that was weird because we never had all the lights on in the den because we had a big window, and so you just open the windows during the day. So it was, anyway, I remember thinking how strange it was. Wow, all the lights are on. This must be bad. All the lights are on. But I don't remember, I remember going to the doctor a lot, like that whole year. They said I didn't walk for about a year, and everybody had to carry me everywhere because it hurt my ankle. And so as a kid, if you walk on it one time and it hurts, you get it in your head that it's always going to hurt. And so I refused to walk, and they took me to all these specialists and everything. And eventually, I guess I got out of my head and started walking again. So yeah. So that's my first memory as a child. How long? This is 8 minutes. Not that bad. Okay. What is your favorite subject in school? Is your favorite subject in school? My favorite subject in school was English, and I did really well in English. I always did well in English, even in college. I was in the Sigma Tau Delta, which is the National Honor Society for English students at the university level. I got into that, and so yeah, that was always my favorite subject. And I always said, someday, this sounds weird, let me go see if the FedEx guy needs me or something. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. It was no problem. It was much bigger than I thought, and he couldn't put it up on the porch like they used to do, so he put it in front of the garage door, which is great and fine. And he was leaving me a note. So we're going to have a fun time trying to get that around to the backyard. It's not like a big pool. We had one of those quick set pools that's 10 feet in diameter by 36 inches deep. And so we upgraded just a little bit. This one is 14 feet in diameter and 42 inches deep. So it's still, now, Katie's gotten taller. I won't have a pool that my kids are, so it's just going to be a little bit bigger for us. We're all high class like that. What was I talking about? Oh, favorite subjects in school? English. Okay. What was your least favorite job that you've ever had? Oh man, I immediately knew the answer to this one. There's a very large credit union. If you live in our area, you know exactly which one I'm talking about. And I worked there as a teller, and it is the. I mean, it may be different now, but that was the in every single branch. It was the most miserable place to work ever. It was like they piped in misery through the air conditioner vents, and it was a culture of just misery and depression. And you don't smile, don't laugh, don't be, and they never encouraged customer service or being kind to customers. It was just do your job. You would go, and it was just very, yeah. And I think it was mainly the president. He's probably still a president now, I don't know. But management really has an effect on that, and it just trickled down, and it was horrible. I had a manager who was very nice, and he was really an odd fit in that you really you stand out, um, in good ways, but it's not appreciated or desired. But some places are like that, and I worked there for about a year. I wrote a post about it, shepherd's pie and learning to bloom where I'm planted. I'll put the link at the end of this video so you can go read that. I didn't mention it by name or anything, but I wrote a post about it, how I just felt like, I kept saying, God, please help me get out of here. Please help me get out of here. Please help me get another job. Because it was just so miserable. And the people, it was, yeah. Um, yeah. Don't want to go into too much detail there. But, and then I realized one day, you know what? I'm supposed to be making the best of where I am. I'm supposed to be a lot where I am. And so I started typing up a whole bunch of Bible verses, and I would print them off, little slips, just tiny little slips of paper. And I have an example of those. I have a sheet you can print off on that post that I'll link to at the end of this video. And I had a little smiley face stamp. And as soon as I got done with everybody's transaction, I would stamp their receipt with a smiley face and give them one of those things in their little envelope and hand it to them. And I just started doing that, and I did it for a couple weeks. And then one day I got disheartened again, and I said, this didn't do any good. I'm just going to quit. And so I quit that day, and I had a bunch of people. They would, like this big burly man, he was the first one to do it. He put his envelope back, and he said, "Where's my smiley face?" And I had to pull out the smiley face, and he said, "Where's my verse?" And I had to reach in my door and find some of the older verses and stuff. And that's when I noticed that people were waiting in line and letting other people go ahead of them so that they could come to my window. You don't realize that you make a difference. We're not always going to know. Don't look for the gratification. It's great when you get it. It is nice to get acknowledgement, and God will send that to us, but we don't do it for that. You do it because it's the right thing to do, and it's what you're supposed to do. But anyway, as soon as I started making the best of it, I taught myself to be happy there. And then, come to find out, I went in a little family credit union in Huntsville that the police officers and firefighters and stuff make at the city's credit union. And the vice president said, "When are we going to get you to work for us?" And I said, "Huh?" And he said, I've been trying to get your dad to tell you I got a full-time position. I wish you'd come. And I told Daddy, I'm like, they were wanting me to work for them? You didn't tell me. He said, "Well, I figured you was happy where you were." So I ended up leaving that. Of course, I gave my notice and everything. And I went to the other credit union, and I got like a $5 an hour raise instantly. Better hours, great work environment, nice people, friendly. All the things that the other place was not. So yeah, and I really believe it's because God brought that opportunity to me, because I learned to make the best of where I was and to do what I was supposed to do where I was. So I'm getting on. We're about probably 14, 15 minutes now. If you had a chance to bring one person back from the dead, who would it be and why? Honestly, right now, I am deeply concerned, deeply prayerfully and resigned in being concerned for our country. we are in seriously bad shape all around. When it comes to the leadership of our country, I'm not going to get into politics. But I am going to tell you that I think the only thing that could save our country right now is, I want to tell people, it's the two people that I want to vote for president, Jesus or George Washington. That's about the only hope we have. Of course, Jesus is already alive, and he's working on things with our country. So if I could bring anybody back from the dead, I would say George Washington. And I know that he would probably come back from the dead and immediately go into shock over what we've let happen to our country and what the government as a whole has become. All the things that he fought so hard against. So we would have to just have a ICU room for him to recover from the shock for a bit. And then hopefully, I think he'd start kicking rears and taking names. So George Washington, for all of our sakes. I do believe, men of integrity exist in our country, but they can't rise up because the media is going to cut them apart. They're going to skewer them. It's just, and you think, a good man, I don't know that I'd even wish it on him. Because, my state, of course, all states, my state has some pretty dirty politics. I think our entire country is filled with that. And we have a very close family friend who was at a very high level office in the state government. Wonderful man, godly man, wonderful wife, wonderful children. We all knew them personally. They were friends of my parents. They went on vacation together and stuff. And he was a man of integrity, and he was rising up through the ranks, and he was seen as a threat. And they came up with this scandal, completely fabricated all this stuff. And we got to see this from the reverse side, looking at how this is happening, and destroyed his career. They came up with it. It was spread all over Alabama, TV, radio, everybody. And I'm just going to tell you, oh my gosh, the people they were just excited about it, excited to spread all this. And you know what? You got to be careful what you let yourself become, because they got caught up in the juicy and the gossip and all this stuff, and they ended up destroying a man's career who could have done great things for the state, for them personally, for the country maybe eventually. And you see things like that, and it just, yeah, it's hard. It's hard to take. It's hard to see. But that's what our culture is. And so I try to, I don't know. Yeah. So, what is, let's see. Oh no, I'm not done. I'll say I was done. Okay, I'm almost caught up. Are there any foods that you dislike or will not eat? I don't eat seafood unless I'm contractually obligated, and I have actually been contractually obligated at numerous times in my life, in my career. I'm actually sometimes contractually obligated to eat seafood. So Stacy Little from Southern Bite, he especially enjoys watching me on TV when I have to eat seafood. I've done videos for Southern Living, and the TV season I did where I was a judge on Beat the Chefs, I hated a lot of seafood. And so I'll eat it. I can tell you objectively, yes, this is good. This was prepared well. This is seasoned well. This is good. But that doesn't mean I would ever eat it outside of when I had to. I don't enjoy seafood. I do not like seafood. I have tried seafood before. No. And everybody says, oh, well, don't you even like shrimp? No. I've tried shrimp several times. I call it the cockroaches of the sea. I don't. I won't even tell you what my mama calls oysters. But trust me, I'll never try one of those. I did. Now, one time I ate snails, and they were surprisingly good. I would not eat them on purpose, but I was actually in the Dominican Republic, and I was sitting in a restaurant in the courtyard of Christopher Columbus's house. It was an amazing experience. I was there with Operation Christmas Child, and the owner of this restaurant sent us all out these appetizers, and I thought, you know what? I'm here. I'm going to experience this as fully as I can. And it was good. They tasted like mushrooms. Um, but, my family, it's a regional thing. And my family were mountain people, and seafood was not available. So through the generations, it's something that was very foreign to us. And that just kind of got passed down. And now it's available now everywhere. But, it's just not something we were raised around. And Mama doesn't eat seafood at all. My dad likes some seafood. And I remember one time when I was living at home, Daddy walks in the kitchen with a big bag of shrimp, and Mama said, "What are you doing with those?" And he said, I'm bringing them home to cook. And she said, "Not in my kitchen, you're not." And she sent him to the backyard, and he had to cook the shrimp on this little, the little fish grill things that you have for cooking fish fryers and stuff. His camp stove. I think that's the word I'm looking for. So yeah, I don't, nope. When I married my husband, my mother-in-law quickly realized that I love to cook. And she kept saying, after Granny Jordan passed away, Granny Jordan made the best shrimp. I just loved her shrimp. I just love for her to, for you to make that shrimp. I'm like, well, sorry, not gonna happen. So I cook it when I'm contractually obligated. So y'all watch. And Katie, thank you. Don't let the others out. Okay. The dogs just got out, and they're having cow fits because they see the chickens in the coop, and they're wanting to get at them. So one more thing. This is the last one for the day, and I will actually be caught up. What was the last movie you watched? It was Cinderella, and with Katie, that Disney. And I only went to watch Frozen Fever. Shh! Come here, sweetie. Come here, sweetie. She ain't even gonna be distracted. I went to watch Frozen Fever. Disney really lost my trust with that whole Into the Woods movie. We went to see that, and it was a horrendous movie. It was absolutely not in the least bit family friendly. And I got a lot of heat on my Facebook page for criticizing it, and they said, anyone would know it's not family friendly. It's a Broadway play. Well, I didn't know. I've never heard of this thing before. And Disney was advertising. Come here, sweetie. Come here, sweetie. Sweetie, come here. Come here, sweetie. Come here. Sweetie, come here. Disney was advertising on Disney Junior and the Disney Channel. They were trying to get people, so, they were enticing, trying to get little kids to go, and they presented it as very much a family-friendly movie. And I would say that was the least family-friendly movie. There's infidelity, pedophilia, all kinds of just horrible movie. And so Disney completely lost my trust, and I don't value them like I used to, which I probably shouldn't anyway. You look at the Disney Channel, and it's obvious that their values are opposite of mine. Sweetie, come here, sweetie. Come here, baby. I wish she hadn't let these out. But, sweetie. Come here, sweetie. But, anyway, I don't know. The Disney Channel has all these kids going around raising themselves. There's not, come here, baby. But I did go to see Cinderella. I read numerous reviews, and I just know that I won't ever trust Disney anymore. Cinderella was a good movie, and it was good lessons. I'm still leery. I'll be leery the rest of my life of them now. And we're hoping. We've gotten rid of Disney Channel at home, and we're ready to just kind of ditch that. So yeah. Although I do still love Disney World, but I take everything with a grain of salt. Nobody gets my complete trust, except for God, Jesus, and maybe George Washington if we can bring him back. So this has gone on way too long, and my dogs are barking. All the opinions contained herein, should you find them offensive, please take a moment to take a deep breath and get unoffended. And we all live in peace. Until we don't have a choice otherwise. So I love y'all. Have a good day. I'm going to go get this produced, and I've got to work on some other videos today from my trip last week with Stacy Little. I've got to work on that. And Sweetie is wanting them chickens so bad. She was fine when they were in the house. Didn't bother. She went and looked at them every now and then. That was cool. But now that they're roaming around in the coop, I think she's just trying to figure out what it is. So I'll have to put the leash on her and take her down there and see them. She's just having cow fits. All right. I love y'all. I'll holler at you later. Bye.